I hope you are all well, everyone, and welcome to today's maths. The learning intention is to learn the features of a line graph. For the lesson, you'll need a sharp pencil, paper, a ruler, and an eraser. Pause here while you gather it all, and then neatly write the date and learning intention. To begin with, we have a number warm-up. All the questions have the 6, 7, 8, and 9 times tables facts, and you've got to work out the missing numbers. Perhaps you could time yourself. Good luck! So we'll begin with deconstructing a line graph. What is the function of a line graph? So line graphs are used to track changes over short and long periods of time. On the image you see labels, and to go with them clockwise you have the title, the average temperatures in Toronto. Then you have the x-axis going along horizontally, showing us the months of the year, and that's our label pointing to the months. And along the y-axis, or the vertical axis, you have the temperature being measured. And temperature's going up in steps of 5. And we call that the scale. Pause here while you have a look and read to get better understanding of the labels and the line graph image. Let's look at the parts of a line graph. We'll start on clockwise. The title tells us what the graph is about. Visitors to a car park is the title for this line graph. The background, the green bit, is the grid. The dots or the points show how many. These points give us the facts. For example, on Tuesday there were 3 visitors to the park. Look at the rest of the days: Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Find the facts for these days. This is the x-axis, also called the horizontal axis. It tells us about the information on the graph. Next, these are the lines. The lines connecting the dots help show if the data is going up or down or staying the same. This is called a scale. It is on the y-axis or on the vertical axis. It shows us the units. Pause here and read through the graph. When we compare data over time, here are some of the things we will do. We will tell which point shows the most. We will tell which points show the least. We will tell if there is an increase from one point to the next. And we will tell if there is a decrease from one point to the next. The points will be connected by a line that will go up, down, or stay the same. And we will tell about the trend in the data or the pattern shown by the data. So some of the things we do when we read line graphs, so I find the biggest number, the greatest number, greatest amount, highest value, highest amount. Or we may be looking to find the smallest number, the least number, the least amount, the lowest value, the lowest amount, or the smallest amount. This is some of the vocabulary you would use when interpreting line graphs. Some more things we do when we compare data over time. So here, a line that goes up means an increase in the number from one point to the next. A line that goes down means a decrease in the number from one point to the next. A line that stays the same means the data is the same from one point to the next. For example, on the Henderson holiday line graph, you can see between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m., the data is the same. And again, if you look, there's that pattern continued, or the trend continues from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., where the line stays the same. However, from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., there is an increase. Just take some time while you pause to look at the graph. Become a graph master. The way to become a graph master is to read graphs. The more graphs you read, the better you will become at it, and you'll be able to interpret them correctly. For the 1-star task, we have a pictogram. You're going to read your pictogram and then answer the questions beside it. Question 1, which sweet was the most popular? Question 2, which sweet was the least popular? Question 3, which sweet did 3 people choose? Question 4, how many people liked eggs? And question 5, which sweets were more popular than jelly beans? And the next 1-star task has a pictogram to show the number of different colors of butterfly and a butterfly farm. How many questions can you make for the reader to interpret the data presented on this pictogram? At the bottom of the pictogram, you have the key, and there's one example of a question I've set. Which color are there 2 less than the number of gold butterflies? Pause here while you get on with this task. For the 2-star task, you will have to create a poster to share what you've learned about line graphs. On your poster, include an example of a line graph. It must have labels and captions for the reader to understand it really well. You can go back and have a look at some of the line graph examples on here, or you could choose to use your own. Enjoy the task, and remember to email work samples year 4. Stay safe, everyone.